My name's Kabar. I'm from Seattle, and thank you. I love you too. So, if I could have the website up and your attention, if possible, for just a moment. So, I don't want to take a lot of your time, but I think it is important to share a story about this. I had this unbelievable blessing in my life, and from like 2008 until Mother's Mahasamadhi, to be living with her and traveling with her. I became a nurse as a young Sahajogi, thanks to Auntie Christine Trumbo's encouragement, and ended up being a nurse for Shri Mataji's husband. And I don't bring that up to self-aggrandize, but I bring it up because I was there in those final years, and I can say wholeheartedly what I witnessed was Shri Mataji's entire attention, and anything that she would be doing was to further Sahaj schools. We all know she built the Kabbalah school in those years, spending many, many hours with yogis, telling them that the building is here, somewhere in this area, but that she made a play and gave them the blessing of being there at her feet, and they would bring the map to her, and they would point at different parts in the map, and they would say, "Shri Mataji, is it here?" And then we would go out at night sometimes, even, to look at different buildings. And Shri Mataji would talk. I remember Uncle Duilio was there, his background in architecture, and so he also as a leader was there and would have these amazing conversations with Shri Mataji about these buildings. And though it wasn't the right building, she would be telling jokes, and this just went on until finally they found the building. And Shri Mataji, after they started, building this school, Mother went there, and with all of the details, was talking about even like the chairs. She was saying the height of these chairs is not right. Like, you need to get smaller chairs for the children that will be here at the school. So every little detail Mother would pay attention to. And then there was this trip we took to India. I think this was 2008, maybe 2009. And Shri Mataji took a flight overnight to get to Jaipur, to visit this school that was there in Jaipur. And the travel was really grueling. I mean, it was this, airline that was, I can't go into all the details why it was so difficult, but it was just unbelievable to see Mother putting so much energy and effort and attention to pay attention to the schools. And she went there and she visited the school, and I just feel like that was her whole attention in those final years, was looking after the future generations, and that Sahaj schools were so important for them to really be engrossed in Sahaj culture and to build these bonds of relationships with each other that last, I think they transcend lifetimes, it seems. That these young Sahajogis, they must have known each other as brothers and sisters for many, many years, it seems, when they're together. And you're just in awe of that, the beauty of that relationship, and how it strengthens the Sangha and protects them, protects the whole Sangha. So, where we are now is we have this land, like on this plot of land there's 105 acres, on an adjacent plot of land there's 89 acres. We have so much potential here in this land, and it's a land that belongs to the entire Sahaj collective. It's not ours. We're just caretakers of it. It belongs to all of you and all the Sahajogis around the whole world. And so in terms of a practical update with where we are in building this school, there's been a lot of doubt, you know. People have felt, oh, it's, you know, maybe too big of an undertaking, it's too costly, $3 million is too much money. I've heard many things over the years, and I'm not sure it has anything to do with that, but really it has to do with our readiness and our collective desire. And so my prayer to you, Mother, is that you awaken within the entire Saj collectivity that desire to build this school, and that if it happens here in America in this way, in this grand way, with all the resources and all the honor and all the glory and all the magnificence of this beautiful structure that will last for hundreds of years, that it will happen in every country of the world, that there could be a Sahaj school in every single country. So our dream, those of us on the steering team for this Canajoharie school project, our dream was that we would have broken ground by the time you all came here. And we didn't reach that, but there is a Sahaj school here that has capacity for 15 children. It has been going on for quite some years, and the yogis that have been looking after it, the uncles and aunties and the teachers that have come around the world, have showered a love on these children that will be with them their whole life, and that they will share with others. And so my heart goes out to them for all their dedication. You all know who you are. The new school will provide capacity for 49 students, and it's built in such a way that when the first phase of the project is done, this initial $3 million, and the structure built, that we'll be able to extend it, probably even double the size, the capacity of the school. And then as we have a lot more land, you know, we could build a middle school maybe, we could build high school maybe someday. But I think this symbiotic relationship between the Davy School that is just north in Canada and the Canajoharie School here is a very beautiful one. That the initial grades, preschool, first, second, third, and then the ascending grades beyond that. The reality is, as soon as we build the school here, we're already short on capacity. There's at times a wait list of more than 80 students to try to get into the school. And the thing that makes me a bit sad about that is that there are generations of kids who are missing the opportunity to attend a Sahaj school. And so I feel it is our responsibility to find a way. The money is there. We have more money in this country than any country in the world. And we as Saj Yogis have been blessed over the years with better and better jobs, higher paying jobs. And it's just a matter of taking that money and you know, giving it meaning that transcends generations. And so this project, where we are now, I'll just try to be practical for a second. We're gonna find water. We need to dig wells. And we were gonna do that before this and then solicit bids from contractors and start digging the ground and building the foundation. We've raised around, this number's a little short, I think we've raised around $950,000 or $975,000, maybe even $1 million. I haven't checked the numbers in a month or so. But again, the full project is about $3 million. But once we have the water, then the designs by the civil engineers can be finalized, and we can go out to contractors to solicit bids. And so that's where we are. We decided not to go forward with the digging of the wells because it involves the Department of Health, and we didn't want to engage them before the Shri Krishna Puja weekend in case any red flags came up and they, you know, give us trouble. So that's the truth as to why we didn't. But how to capitalize on this, we have the power of the collective attention, the collective desire with all of you here. And there will be a small puja tomorrow morning. So morning meditation will start here at 6:30, and then at 7 we'll invite you all very quietly to walk through this door and go adjacent to where the exhibition is, and we will have a puja there on the land, asking for the support of this holy land and to remove all the obstacles and to really inspire the collective desire, not just in this nation, but among the Sahaja-yogis throughout the entire world. In terms of, if you would like to contribute, same, there's a box that's there at the registration desk if you'd like to put some money in it, or if you'd like to get involved. Please find me. We need new energy. Those of us who've been having these calls for about 3.5 years, sometimes we get tired of hearing each other's voices and having the same conversations. But if you're interested in being involved, we would love to have you to join our calls. And so, again and again, Shri Mataji, we surrender to your holy lotus feet, to your wisdom, to your divine timing, and we know that it will happen when it is your will. But at the same time, we have to express our desire to her, and then she manifests it. So thank you, Jai Shri Mataji.